Sorry, I think I used the wrong one. No, my mistake. I wasn't hearing you very well. It was
Okay,
the
sorry.
audio just stopped. No worries. Right. All right, I'll put the picture again. I stopped hearing you for some reason. I don't know what happened. All right, now it's working. Go ahead and describe this picture here to us.
Okay, we're seeing a runway incursion, right? This A340-300 is crossing the path of a landing aircraft that is a Boeing 767 that is landing. And actually, this is a frame for a YouTube video, right? And the 767 is performing going around with the runway incursion. And just a little curious data about it. This is an, if I'm not mistaken, is an Argentinian aircraft that made this runway incursion. I
Okay,
think that's all.
good. You said a little curious data about it. It would be easier to say curiosity. Just a little curiosity about it. It was an Argentinian aircraft that was involved in this incursion. I'm familiar with this situation. I saw the YouTube video and it's a frame of that specific incursion. And yeah, it's a run incursion basically. We see a wide body aircraft crossing the runway as another one is approaching. I think it's also a wide body, but it's a twin engine. I'm not sure if it's a wide body or a narrow body, but it seems to be a big aircraft as well in the far back. And yeah, the runway seems to be quite good, long and wide. We see the lights, and at the far back to the right side, we also see a VOR antenna, I think. And that's it. I'm trying to find things to talk about, but quite honestly, this is what I see here in this picture. Cara, é muito bom ter frases assim desse tipo para fechar, saca? Porque você não precisa ficar enrolando demais não nessa foto. E assim, é bom ter frase para falar, não tem mais muito o que falar, sabe? Tem mais o que enrolar, aquela coisa da honestidade que a gente conversou mais cedo nessa aula de hoje, né?
Mhm.
Então, yeah, that's it.
Mhm.
I think I don't have really much more to talk about here, so I'm running out of ideas. I hope you don't mind. If you want me to talk about something specifically, let me know, but this is what I have, this is what I see. Termina assim, entendeu? Algo nessa
Okay.
linha, okay? All right, now let me ask you the questions about this picture here. So question one, Captain, tell me, what do you think happened before this picture was taken? Let's stick with you for this one, Israel. Then Botura goes for the next one.
Okay.
What do you think happened before the picture was taken?
Well, it seems that there was a routine operations in a international airport, right? The heavy aircraft landing, likely 767, was clear to land in that runway, and the A340 was likely taxiing for its takeoff. I would guess that there's no way to know for sure that. And they likely crossed the loading point and almost ended in a crash, if I say so, right? Fortunately, the 767, and that was a clear day. They could see everything out and perform the go around with necessary time to avoid the collision. And
All right.
I think that's all.
All right. Good job. Good job. So before the picture was taken, probably there was some sort of miscommunication. Perhaps the A340 we see crossing the runway either received wrong instructions or made a mistake about the instructions, was a little lost at the airport or something like that. The weather is good, so to be honest, it was also lack of protocol because, before crossing a runway, it's always important to check the sides to make sure. And yeah, it seems like his situational awareness was not
Low.
very good because there's
Low.
an aircraft. Yeah, very, very low situational
Mm.
awareness in this case, man. Anyways, that's it. This is what I think happened before. Some sort of miscommunication, lack of situational awareness for some reason. Sometimes people can be distracted by other factors and that can reduce situational awareness. I don't know if it was the case here. All right, now the question for the future, which Botura is the one answering. So, Botura, imagine the picture was taken now. What do you think will happen next?
I think the aircraft on final uh, would start going around the maneuvering, and the other aircraft taxiing just continue it's next to the place he was cleared to, and probably an investigation would be started after this.
Okay, careful with who. You said to the place who was cleared to. The place which he was cleared to.
Which,
Yeah,
okay.
porque o place é um lugar, é um sujeito que não pode usar o
Yeah,
who
of
para ele,
course,
né? Que é
also
o quem. Quem é para
the
pessoas.
place which
Yeah, yeah.
he was cleared
To
to.
which, yeah, which.
To
And
which he was
Captain,
cleared.
have you ever had a situation like this? Has a situation like this ever occurred to you or to somebody you know? Either being the aircraft flying or the aircraft on the runway?
No, I just saw videos and reports and some kind of investigations. We have a strong SOP in our company. We always confirm twice the clearance for crossing runways, and one of the pilots always call out
Calls out.
loud and calls out loud and clear runway ahead. So we increase our awareness
Mhm.
uh,
With
before
very
crossing
strict procedures.
reversing procedures. Yeah, that's it.
And that's it. Wrap it up. Remember,
That's it.
finish your
Yeah, that's it.
finish your answers with very clear sentences. Good. And Batura, still with you. Do you think you would handle an emergency? Sorry, that's not the question I want to ask. This is a follow-up. My mistake here. Sorry, that's the one. When are pilots supposed to go around?
A pilot's supposed to go around anytime he's not stable or comfortable with the approach, or if you if there is uh, some kind of emergency that could lead the flight to unsafe landing. But basically, go around is a regular maneuvering that is used every time you have a wind change or you're not stable as you're supposed to be if you're not comfortable as well. It's a regular maneuvering. There is not a big issue. Yes.
Okay.
So that's why a pilot could go around, would go around.
Ó, finalização. Lembra, não é sobre o tema, é sobre o seu inglês.
I said,
A resposta já está longa o suficiente, pode fechar ela.
that. So that's the
Yeah, that's my
how
take
we
on
would
it.
close
That's how
it.
I see it.
That's my take. That's how I see it. Okay.
That's my
That's
take
my
on
take
it. That's how I see it. That's all I have to say about this. Yeah, I'm running out of
Mhm.
ideas. This is how I see it. Right. That's
It's
my take on it.
okay.
É tipo uma variação do that's my opinion, this is my opinion, porque é muito frequente, né?
Mhm.
That's my take on it. Yeah, that's my take on it. All right. And now, Israel, Captain Israel, tell me, what are the possible reasons that could lead to a runway incursion?
Well, there are a lot of reasons that could lead to a runway incursion. I would list a few, but I'm mostly sure that I couldn't list all of them. So, low situational awareness, right? Likely crew wasn't sure of their position in the field, so they are kind of lost on where they are in the airfield. They can be saturated with the workload in the cockpit, preparing everything for the takeoff, running the checklist, talking with the cabin, doing a lot of things at the same time, and for an unknown reason, they busted the holding point and crossed runway with a landing aircraft. What else? Low visibility, right? Could be a problem for that. They couldn't likely see where the holding point is
Could
and
be a
also
factor,
cross
a
that.
contributory factor is a nice vocabulary to use.
Yeah, it contributed.
Contributory. Factor.
contributory, that is
Solves a
complicated,
factor,
right?
então. Could be a factor.
Could be a factor, low visibility, could also adversely affect operations and led to a run incursion like the Tenerife crash, right? And yeah, that's all. I can't recall anything else right now.
All right. Just careful with the pronunciation of anything. Anything, aí vai aparecer o
Anything.
Nadal. I'm trying everything against Djokovic, but I cannot do
You like that, right?
Ou como chama lá, o Valentino Rossi. I was turning it to the right. Valentino Rossi também. Italiano e espanhol faz esse G aí o tempo todo.
Italian
So,
accent.
anything. Yeah. All
Okay.
right. And now let's go to the statement. I'm going to read a statement, Captain Israel, and I want you to tell me to what extent you agree or disagree with it. I'll have a statement for Botura as well. But in the test,
Okay.
obviously, it's just one statement. But today, let's have two. So, or the same for Botura, maybe, if I don't have a second one. Israel, go ahead and tell me how much you agree or disagree with this statement. Confusing layouts of runways and taxiways are likely to increase the number of accidents and incidents involving runway incursions.
I completely agree with that statement. There are large evidence on that. If we take airfields like Chicago O'Hare, New York Kennedy, those are airfields with a lot of hotspots. Those are places likely a runway incursion could occur if the crew members aren't fully aware of their position in the field, right? In that sense, in a smaller field with less runway entrances, it would avoid a runway incursion. So I completely agree with that statement.
Okay. Just one tiny mistake with an advanced vocabulary, which is evidence. Lembrando que evidence é uma palavra de mass noun, né? Um substantivo de massa. Você não falou evidences, você falou evidence. Então nunca existe evidences. A música do Chitãozinho e Chororó que a galera adora no karaokê do Evidence. Evidências, não teria ela em inglês. Seria pieces of evidence. Mas você falou, there are large evidence. Você usou o are para evidence. Não pode. Você poderia dizer, there is a lot of evidence. A lot of fica no genérico de quantidade maior do que um, mas sem quantificar. Gramaticalmente, não está no plural, apesar de ser bastante evidência, entendeu? Como se fosse isso. Vai. There is a lot of evidence. Ou você poderia falar, there are large amounts of evidence. Acho que daria para usar. Se você colocasse o amount, eu não tenho certeza.
There is large evidence is not okay.
There is a lot of evidence. Não, porque evidence não. Se você for falar no singular, vai ter que ser piece of evidence. There is evidence. Entendeu?
Sim, em português, eu tenho certeza que eu já li esse termo, large evidence. So that
Deixa
is
eu
large
ver.
evidence.
Pode ser, there is
I
large
may
evidence.
be
Mas
wrong
aí não é
that
there are.
likely, but
Pode, there is large evidence, pode. Mas tá
there is
com
large
is.
evidence. Okay.
Não, aí
okay.
pode. O que não pode é o there are.
Ok.
Entendeu? Porque
Ok,
aí
ok.
ele tá jogando um plural para evidence que não vai pro
Ok,
plural.
ok.
Agora, novamente, isso é um detalhe de inglês avançado, tá? Eu não tenho nem certeza se todos os avaliadores da Prova ICAO sabem que evidence não tem plural, vou ser bem sincero, tá?
Não, but
Eu não conheço todos, mas assim, eu já entrevistei muita gente que queria dar aula de inglês na minha escola e que tinha passado de avaliador e que, cara, tinha um inglês meio fuleira, sabe? E já tinha trabalhado como avaliador. Não tô falando isso pra ofender ninguém, é só um fato que o cara não precisa ter inglês perfeito. E isso é uma coisa mais de rebuscar. Então, evidence não tem plural, assim como information, equipment e outras aí que a gente sempre fala a respeito. So there is a lot of evidence, or there is large evidence. There is large evidence, pode, mas there are não.
Ok.
O are você poderia usar como eu falei, there are large amounts, porque aí o amount está com esse are, entendeu? Que tá no plural. Aí eu acho que dá, mas eu vou dar um Google para ter certeza. All right, now let's continue with the statement for Botura, the same statement, Botura. Actually, a follow-up statement, which is almost the same. There he goes. Confusing runway and taxiway orientation may cause runway incursions.
Okay, I'm 100% agree with that. I think runway layouts shall be as clear as possible, and also, you know, marks and indications on the ground should be as clear as possible, because the crew is very busy preparing the aircraft for takeoff or even after landing. And if you have a busy airport with a lot of tax clearances, it's quite difficult to coordinate everything if you don't have a very clear layout marks and signs to help the crew taxi correctly.
All right, and
That's
wrap
my
it up. Wrap it up. Yeah, and that's it.
that's my
That's how I
opinion.
see it. That's how I see it. That's my
I
take
see
on
it.
it. Isso, sempre finalizando, claro. Bom, teve só um errinho aqui para eu te corrigir. No começo, I am 100% agree with that. Você não pode ser o 100% concordo, né? Você tem que ser você mesmo. Então, I am in agreement, poderia ser. I am in agreement with that 100%, poderia ser. Ou I agree, não I am, tá? I agree
Agree.
100% with that. Eu concordo.
Uhum,
Porque você falou I am 100% agree with
uhum,
that. Seria I am in agreement with that to 100%.
uhum. No,
Yeah.
I agree 100%. Yeah,
I agree
that's
100% with that. Aí estaria correto gramaticalmente. Errinho de gramática aqui, mas all things
that's fine.
considered, not too bad, my friend. You're doing well. And I know you do have your test tomorrow and everything's
Mhm.
going to go well. Let's see if you validate your 5, or else if you get a 4, I'll be sad with you, but we can still work on it for you to get this 5. And I think you have all the chances to pass with 5 tomorrow. Just keep it simple. Don't try to overextend much your answers. Remember, you have to wrap it up in the end. Don't try to talk too much, you know. Remember, your English level is the most important thing. So sometimes you throw your knowledge under the bus, pretend you don't know something. You say, well, I don't know much about this, and just wrap it up a little sooner. Whenever you feel like you're getting a little lost, you say, yeah, that's it. This is what I think. You know, it's basically about how you answer, not what you answer. So do not force yourself to be constantly sounding knowledgeable or excessively complete about everything. Okay?
Mhm. Okay,
É isso aí então, pessoal.
good. Thank
Alguma
you.
dúvida?
Obrigado.
Any doubt? No doubts?
Aquela questão lá que você falou, o que você acha que aconteceu depois da arremetida, não sei o que, eu já pensei logo assim, well, if it was in the US, possible pilot deviation, they should note some telephone numbers, right? Alguma coisa nesse
Yeah.
sentido lá, possible
You're
pilot
gonna have to,
deviation, I
yeah.
have some numbers for you.
I have some numbers for you. A gente ouve isso direto aquelas comunicações ali de case
Yeah.
study, né? De miscommunication of vast aviation e tal. Eu vou procurar aqui o large amounts of evidence que eu te sugeri. Se você falar there are, vamos ver se dá para usar o are nesse caso, tá large
Eu dei uma
amounts,
olhada
né?
rapidinho naquele English aqui, mas não achei do
Tá
jeito que eu
certo,
falei,
ó.
não. Ficou estranho.
Deixa eu ver. Eu tô dando uma pesquisada aqui. There are large amounts of evidence. Grammar. Vamos ver. The phrase there are large amounts of evidence is grammatically correct. Tá correto o there are large amounts of evidence. Agora, se eu
Entendi.
falar there are large evidence, aí não tá certo não, porque esse evidence tá indo pro plural com esse are, entendeu? E não tem
Ok.
plural para, ó, tá incorreto. Essa daí, a
Uhum.
correção que eu te fiz tá certa, então. Você pode falar there are large amounts of evidence, ou
Ok.
acho que dá para usar o que você tinha falado antes, com o is. There is large evidence. Aí eu acho que tá certo, tá certo. Então, eu chequei aqui no Grammarly. O Grammarly é um site de pesquisa sobre
Conheço.
gramática. Então, pesquisei aqui, ó. Você pode usar there is large evidence ou there are large amounts of evidence. Entendeu? Ou
Ok.
there's a lot of evidence. E o there is a
Yeah.
lot, acho que você pode até usar there's a lot of evidence ou there are a lot of evidence. Acho que não, acho que o certo é there is a lot of evidence para there is a lot.
That is a lot, foi melhor.
Enfim, só cuidado com esses detalhes. Mas isso daí é assim, caçando pelo em ovo, cara. Beleza? Muito
Amém.
boa aula, vocês estão muito bem. A gente cobriu uma prova inteira hoje. Valeu.
Valeu, comandante. Obrigado.
Nenhuma
Bom descanso.
dúvida mais extra? Acho que eu anotei tudo aqui para fazer o material para nossa pós-aula aqui
Tá
e
bom.
mencionei com vocês já tudo que a gente falou. Tô até vendo aqui, cúmulo nimbus, they would, o loss, né, que verbo é lost, perda é loss, foi antes lá, I took my
Uhum.
license, seria I got my license, I'm working on my
I got
license, I
my
worked on
license.
my license. I joined the Air Force in 1999, or I joined in 1990, or in the 90s, né? É isso. Anotei tudo aqui, vai virar material pra gente depois.
Excelente.
Valeu.
Ok.
Bom
Falou, bom
descanso a
descanso.
todos aí.
Obrigado.
Valeu,
Abraço.
valeu, Botu.